Hey guys, just a quick thing, I didn't change my setup. My laptop is just turned the other way, so the green screen is still here, I'm just not in front of it right now. And this is going to be the last video that I upload for a while, especially the last kind of this style of talking in front of a camera that I make for a while. I actually was at some point trying to get back into making videos and stuff that are edited, and I actually did make one, but I didn't upload it. I actually did upload it, but like an hour before it was supposed to go live, I deleted it because I didn't think it fit in with anything. I thought it was kind of badly edited and unpolished, and overall, I really didn't want to fall back into the whole mess of completely unrelated content that my channel used to be, where it didn't even have a main focus and I just uploaded random stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do with that video, because now I have a 20-minute video that I'll never release. I might put it on my Patreon as just something you can watch for free, even if you're not a patron, or I might post it on the Infinity Bit Facebook, who knows. But I did want to make a quick update video to kind of tell you about what I am planning to do this year, because I do in fact have plans. Now, regarding the whole broken laptop situation, someone is actually planning on looking at it and trying and taking it apart, because we've pretty much confirmed at this point that it is not salvageable to be used again. It is broken. It is gone, and it is not coming back, which is really unfortunate, but like, the thing is, even if it was somehow fixable, it would cost way more than I have to fix it. So, what we're trying to do right now is, I know someone who knows a guy who is really good with computers and hardware and stuff. And what he's going to do is he's going to take my laptop apart, pull out what originally was the internal storage of the laptop, because there's just kind of an internal drive, put that in like a little box, a little shell, and then that can be used as an external. So the idea is that if it works and if the files aren't corrupted, which I'm really hoping that they aren't, then they'll be able to just do that and put it in a box, and I can plug it into my laptop, the one that I'm filming this video on, and get the files back. This does mean that some episodes of Infinity Bit that I had at least mostly made will be completely lost, but I'll have the assets to keep making them, so I can remake the episodes that were lost, and then they won't be lost anymore, plus I might be able to improve. So, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I can almost guarantee that if I can actually get that person to do that thing, because I need to buy a box to actually put the drive in, then I should be able to get the files back. I should be able to rebuild what I had lost. The video editor that I mentioned I don't have on this laptop, I actually just bought it. I bought an actual license for it before I had just pirated it, because I had bought it previously, at least I thought I had it. It turns out, because someone else set that whole thing up for me, set up my account on another computer, and I guess they just cracked it too. I thought that they had bought it, so I pirated it because I didn't want to spend another $100 on something I already had that I couldn't just transfer to my new computer. But as of now, I have actually bought a license for the video editor that I use. The video editor isn't any better than it was before, it's still actually kind of crap, but at least I have it now. So I can actually edit videos now, and as long as I get the assets and everything that I had on that old laptop back, like the backgrounds for Infinity Bit, you know, the video of the deleter in front of like a blue screen, which is what I used every time for it, I'll have all that back and I'll be able to use that to make more episodes. As well as the music, which is weirdly one of the things that I never thought of backing up, but I only realized now that I lost it that I probably should have thought about backing it up. Because I did put a lot of time and effort to some tracks on Season 3 that I really hope aren't lost forever. With that being said, it's not just stuff for Infinity Bit that I'm hoping to get back. There were also some other things like game projects that I was working on, logos for new projects, like the new show that's going to kind of replace Infinity Bit after Season 3, and just a whole bunch of other stuff, because I don't really think I have to describe it. I think losing everything on a computer is fairly self-explanatory. What you should expect to see, and don't quote me on this because I might make an update video saying I couldn't get the stuff back and I can't do anything I'm about to say. What I plan to do for 2019 is as follows. I'm gonna start by finishing making Season 3, finally. Finally putting it out. I remember I was saying all the time, I hope I can get it out before the new year, and even that didn't happen, which is insane to me just how long it's taken to actually make Season 3, that I'm actually half tempted to make a documentary about that, but that's not part of the things I'm planning for. It's just something that's kind of like I might do that. Just for fun, you know, that kind of thing. And I'm gonna try and make Infinity Bit Season 3 and get that out. So that's the first priority for 2019. The second thing is I'm gonna start working on that new show, which I technically could be doing now, but I don't want to start doing that before I finished Infinity Bit, because I want to focus on one thing at a time, and I don't want to mix them up, because if I do, then it might just mess with them and make them feel similar or something. Because if I get in the mindset of one, I might try and incorporate it into the other subconsciously. So I'm gonna finish and release Infinity Bit Season 3. I'm gonna make this new show, at least Season 1 of it. I'm gonna put that out, ask you guys what you think of it, and if you want to see a Season 2, because I didn't really do that with Infinity Bit, I just kind of put out Season 2. And if you don't want to see a Season 2, that's fine. I'll probably just focus on making some other type of videos, or I might just stick to making movies instead of season-based series. And that's pretty much all that I plan to do as far as this channel. Looking back at 2018, it's kind of amazing just how, well, first off, how fast 2018 went by, but second off, how little I did in 2018 with this channel as opposed to 2017, because in 2017, I think was really the rising point for this channel. 2017 was when I started to develop some sort of actual style for what I wanted to do with this channel. It's when I started what is still the most popular series I've actually done on this channel, which is the gaming series I did, which got me a lot of the viewers that I still have, like, J-I-H-E-D Ramadi. I'm not even going to try to pronounce things that I know I'm just going to butcher. And aside from just that stuff, even though I'm not proud of almost any of it looking back, just a lot of developments happened in 2017 for this channel. A lot of content was posted in 2017. In fact, dare I even say, I'm pretty sure, not counting all the unlisted videos, that the vast overwhelming majority of videos on this channel were from 2017. And then, of course, the most important thing regarding the channel that happened in 2017 being the Formula Fanboy movie. Not Formula Fanboy, the movie. I still regret that. But the one I did with Sketch, which introduced Pill, and made me realize that that's what I wanted to do on this channel, was filmmaking, was, you know, scripted, acted, show-style stuff. And then in 2018, I started to actually act on that, and the thing is, it was my first time of doing anything like it. Infinity Bit, and this is one of the many reasons why I say I want to try a new series, is because Infinity Bit suffers from a lot of things, but the main thing it suffers from is being the first time that I've done anything like it. And since it's the first time I've done anything like it, it's definitely something that I know I could do better now if I were to try doing something like it again. Hence the new series I keep alluding to. And yes, Infinity Bit got better over time, and I think that it functioned perfectly as what, looking back, it pretty much was destined to be, which is a starting point. You know, the saying of everyone's gotta start somewhere really rings true here. Because Infinity Bit wasn't bad, per se, but it definitely wasn't great. But it really was good in the sense of it helped me to learn a lot of the ropes in this kind of thing, like how to actually make episodes, how to make episodes, you know, within a consistent time length of 10 minutes in this case, how to do that without trying to fill it up with a whole bunch of filler, which I did for a lot of the first bit of Infinity Bit, and I've recently stopped doing, especially with Season 3. You know, how to actually write a character instead of just kind of improvising, which up to a point was the only way I ever did things when playing a character, even for a bit of Infinity Bit, was just improvising with, like, a different voice. And I had to actually figure out, alright, well, if you want to make them not feel like carbon clones of each other, you gotta actually, like, bring up a text document and write out, alright, this character, and then bullet point has this thing, has this thing, has this thing, you know. At least that's the way I do it. I know there's probably a whole bunch of ways to write characters, but that's the thing, is you never think about stuff like that going in. You just think, okay, I've got this, there's not too much to it, and then you realize there's so much more to it than you ever could have imagined. I had to learn a lot of editing tricks, you know, I had to learn pacing, how to make stuff feel well paced, like it's not going way too fast, but like it's also not dragging on like a snail. I had to learn timing, comedic timing. I had to learn a whole bunch of stuff that I couldn't sit here and go through all of it if I wanted to in a video that's under an hour. And at some point I'd really be interested in just, like I said, making something almost like a documentary just about what it's like to do filmmaking and stuff, because it really is an awesome thing that I think when you actually put it in a kind of, you know, this is all the stuff you never think about, it really is interesting. At least to me it is, but I just assume it would be to anyone who's interested in filmmaking. And I want to talk about the new series for just a second, because I keep calling it the new series, which probably gives people the idea that I have no idea what I'm doing with it, and that I don't even know what it's called. Which, that is not the case. I actually know exactly what it's called. I know who the characters are already, and I've actually started writing out the first episode already. I've already done all the character writing. I've already got all the assets, because a lot of the assets are just from Infinity Bit, which is all I'll say regarding the characters and stuff. The characters are carried over from Infinity Bit and then just expanded upon. So I already had characters. Think of it as like almost a spin-off to Infinity Bit, but not the type of spin-off where you'd have to have seen the original first. The reason why I'm only calling it the new show and not saying anything about it is really just because when I do put it out, I do actually want there to be some sort of element of surprise to it. I feel like, yeah, it would be cool to actually talk about what I plan to do with it and who the characters are and all that stuff, but if I did that, it would spoil a lot of the really neat things about the series that I have planned. And by the time the series finally came out, I probably would have said so much about it already that it would have almost been predictable. So I don't want to go that route. That's why I'm saying as little as I possibly can about it, while still alluding to the fact that it does in fact exist. I got so off topic there, but what I'm trying to say is that the main problem with Infinity Bit was that it was my first time doing anything like it, and therefore, even though it functioned great as a vehicle to get me to learn how to filmmake so I can make a new series, and that can be my primary focus, then in and of itself, it's not necessarily something I would want to represent my entire kind of resume, I guess, if you would even call it that. Even though I will still keep my channel Infinity Bit branded until the new series comes out. And yes, the Infinity Bit website is going to stay up. I'm probably just going to either expand upon it or make an entirely new website. Speaking of the website and all that, specifically the website games, and just games in general, I'm not good at segues. I am also going to focus on game development a little bit more this year, because it's a hobby that turned into a bit more of a, I don't know what to say. It's not really a passion yet, but it's just something I kind of really enjoy doing in my spare time, is game development. I have a Game Jolt page. I'm going to link to it in the description below. and I focus on making two types of games. Standalone games, which are like exe files or SWF files, so flash games actually, I should say, which are presented as normal PC games, desktop games, even though they are just flash games running off an executable. And I make ROM hacks specifically for the NES. I don't make ROM hacks as often, and I don't make that many flash games. What I usually do is I make a flash game, and then I focus on developing that flash game for a little while, so you'll see updates and new versions and stuff. So currently I'm working on a Mario Maker clone thing. Not the same one that I have been before. I made a new one that has better collision and stuff, and it's called Super Mario D Maker. I definitely recommend, if you're interested in that, then you should check it out. It's not great yet, but like I said, what I usually do is I put it out when it's very early in development, and I kind of develop it publicly, almost in a way. So basically, you get public versions of all the in-dev and beta versions. Speaking of games, I also plan to make some more of the website games for InfinityBit with the whole crewman theme. I already have them kind of listed out as the ones that I plan on making. Again, the base for all of those were on my old laptop, and what I mean by base is literally just a Flash project that has the code to load in the little avatar, the crewman code, and that's what I work off of for all of the games on that website, except the creator itself. And with that being said, you can probably understand why without that I can't really do anything yet. But as soon as I get that file back, I am planning on making a few more of the website-style games. And on top of that, again, if I can get the files off that laptop back, I am planning on making an InfinityBit game, or continuing what was already a very early in-dev InfinityBit game. And I don't care if the development process lasts far after InfinityBit has already been canceled. I had a lot planned for that game, and what I did have built on that game already was so, like, actually good, in my opinion, that when I finally do get a chance to keep building on it, I really want to do that, because I had a lot of really good plans for that game, and I made a lot of assets. But most importantly, I made something that I actually thought was fun and competent, and I really want to be able to keep doing that. And I feel like it's the type of thing that, since I am ending InfinityBit, it's kind of a perfect little goodbye love letter to InfinityBit as a series. So I am planning on putting that out, and that'll probably go up on my Game Jolt too, but unlike a lot of the other Game Jolt things that I make, since my Game Jolt page is kind of its own thing that's not really related to this channel, since InfinityBit is heavily related to this channel, then when that is a thing that I'm working more prominently on, and especially when it is late enough in development that I think I have a competent build to release, then I am going to definitely make sure that you know on this channel by posting a video about it, like a trailer, and then also posting a video talking about it, and I might even stream it. This video has already gone on for way longer than I expected it to. So yeah, just kind of a general update video about what I plan to do for this year. There was a point that I started talking about earlier in the video that I never finished, which is that 2018 was interesting, because another one of the things that I learned about filmmaking is just how long it takes to make something that is scripted and acted and all that. Because for just 2 seasons and 1 movie, and granted a 3rd season that is absolute hell of a process to actually make, took an entire year. Like, I'm pretty sure that the first actual videos that weren't update videos that I made in 2018 were the InfinityBit stuff, and so was the last videos other than update videos. So basically the entirety of 2018 was just InfinityBit. That was all the channel was focused on for that year, and I don't think that that's a bad thing. I actually think that that's a really great development for what I'm trying to do, but it really does bring to my attention just, you know, it takes a while to make this kind of stuff, and it's not like your average YouTube videos, which, you know, at this point in time, there are some content creators on this website that actually can make a video a day. Like, I can't even make a video a week in the kind of video that I'm trying to make. Usually what I have to do is spend a couple of months just not posting anything except update videos, and in those months I'll create a season and then I'll post those as scheduled so that it does actually come out on a consistent schedule. Alright, that's it. I'm done talking. I'm sorry. I needed to get a lot of stuff off of my chest, and I'm glad that I finally have. Chances are none of you watched it to this point. If you did, thank you. But that is what I plan to do mostly throughout this year, is focus on finishing Infinity Bit and giving the series a proper send-off, and also working on the game for Infinity Bit, and then working on the new series. And I also have some movies that I plan to do in between then, but I'll make an entirely separate video about that. I only have two planned, which is eventually a movie for the new series, because there's a movie for Infinity Bits, so I figure it should have a movie. I figure whenever I do a series, it should have at least a movie. And I also plan to do just another kind of channel-based movie, kind of like the one I did in 2017, except not really tied to that, so not a sequel to that in any sense. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I know none of you watched to this point, but I still thank you nonetheless. I'm gonna take a quick section here to talk about something completely unrelated, so if you don't care, just leave now. My most recent upload was a video that might have threw some of you off, which is a video that I was not in, I did not make, I had nothing to do with the video, but it's to help a content creator named Mumkey Jones. And he's a content creator that used to be on this website that I watched for a long time. His videos helped me through a lot of tough times. He makes really, you know, high-quality, well-produced, comedic videos, usually with dark humor. And YouTube basically decided to censor him and have actually been personally attacking him. So they deleted his channel for pretty much no reason. And then he posted the video that I reposted to not his new channel, but actually his girlfriend's new channel, which she made to try and help him rebuild. And then basically at the end of the video he said, to help spread awareness for this, re-upload this video to your channel, no matter who you are, no matter what your channel is. And a lot of people did this, the most notable being people like Tipster and Daniel T Gaming. And I did it just because I genuinely support the guy and I want more awareness raised about him. I highly recommend, whoever you are, whether or not you care, that you watch my most recent upload before this one. Even though it's 36 minutes, please just watch it, because it is enraging. The way that YouTube treats its content creators, the way that YouTube treats the people that make their site what it is, the people that gave its site all of its popularity and everything that it's notable for, the way that they treat those people is so garbage that the fact that so little people have called them out on it is really just enraging to me. And Mumkey Jones was one of the few people that did do that, but he had to because they terminated him for no reason, because they're trying to censor their website. And basically, after that, after he tried to rebuild in some kind of way, then they deleted his girlfriend's channel that was to rebuild. They deleted his girlfriend's normal channel that wasn't to rebuild, that was just her channel. They completely demonetized channels that were just associated with him, like his friends, a podcast that he was a part of. And they're basically just personally attacking him at this point. They're attacking him, they're attacking his friends, they're attacking his family, and it's just because they don't like him. They don't want him on their platform because they want their website to be a corporate invention that they created. They want it to be this product that they built instead of an actual place for people to be people. They want it to be a soulless corporate, money-making machine. And I know that that sounds like the 10 millionth time someone has said that, but it's gotten to the point where I almost quit the website because of just how fed up I am with their bullcrap. And the only reason I didn't is because I don't have any other creative outlets, but I still want to make stuff. So, please watch the video. It goes very in-depth on just how garbage YouTube treated this person who did nothing wrong. And it does have language and swearing, and to date, it is the only video on my channel that has some of the language it does, to the point where I actually put language in the title because I wanted people to be aware of the fact that it had it. So you will hear the F word and the C word in the video and a whole bunch of stuff like that. But I wasn't going to go ahead and edit and censor his video or anything. And I would also highly urge you to, after you watch the video, also download it and post it on your channel. Alright. That's just another thing I wanted to mention, because I know some people might be thrown off. Why is this random person's video on your channel? Why is there a video on your channel that you clearly have nothing to do with? And the reason why is just because I'm so sick of YouTube and Google and their corporate product that censors everything they don't like, and just the way that they treat their content creators in general, and they don't listen to any kind of user input, because they just don't care. They don't care about you, they don't care about me. The only people they care about are the ones that make them money, that are politically correct. Even if, when I say politically correct, I'm stretching what their opinion of politically incorrect is. All of that was completely unrelated to the video, but I just wanted people to know in case they were kind of confused as to why the video was on my channel. So yeah, please watch that video. Please, if you do support it, put it on your own channel if you have a channel. If you don't, that's fine too. And yeah, salutations, and goodbye.